Good afternoon, everyone. Everybody's welcome. We're going to be talking about El Clásico de México, so you can't miss any of the details. Ready? Let's go.
Guadalajara contra América, Clásico de México.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America and all the Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, from the heart of the Akron. Welcome, everyone. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chew Live. Joining me today are Gabriela Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gabi?
Hi, Robert. Hi. Oh, Alfredo, there you are. Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody that's joining already the chat. A lot to talk about. It's Clásico de Mexico week. It's September. It's almost Independence Day here in Mexico. And you know what that means. It's Clásico de Mexico, both varonil and femenil. A lot of information on Tapatío and Chivas talk overall. And remember, this space is created for Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas that speak mostly in English, but it's actually for everybody because we speak Chivas. Back to you, Alfredo. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Very excited to be here with you guys. Very excited for the upcoming weekend. We have a double header, Clásico de México. There's plenty to talk about, and it will be a very special one because the Clásico de México goes back to Estadio Ciudad de los Deportes after 70 years. Big shout out to everyone on the chat: Victor Ayala Perez, Marilu, Luis Gil, who's watching us from England, Edgar Israel Valencia, Ulises Cervantes. Hello to everyone, to all the Chiva Nation who's watching us, and very excited to be here for the next hour. We have some very special content as well, pronosticos, and of course, the MVP. So plenty of red and white talk for the next hour.
That's right. And people, don't forget that you can join us. Come join us. Come join the Chivaverse and get into the chat because we would love to talk to you. This show is for you. We pretend like we own it, but we don't. It's you guys. All right. So everybody, come and join us. Come and join us and get into the Chivaverse. So much to talk about. It's a crazy week, Gabi. It's El Clásico de Mexico. So what's going to happen? The world just moved.
I mean, we're going to talk about everything. What are we expecting? What can we? Everything Clásico de Mexico? I mean, it by itself is like the game, or probably one of the two most important games of the entire season, and games that people are always expecting. And this time we are playing away in Ciudad de los Deportes. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be because I think Chivas has a pretty good chance. We're going to talk about history and recent history on Clásicos de Mexico. But first, Robert, I think we have something like very important to touch on right now. Like drum roll.
Drum roll. Do we have a real one?
I think we do. I think we do.
It was Alfredo. I think he's drum rolling. Yes, that's right. Before we get into that talk of the town and basically of all of Mexico this week, we have to talk about our MVPs, of course. So, Gabi, who's your MVP? And tell me why. You're gonna win again, I know, but tell me why.
I don't know if I'm going to win this time, but my pick was, I didn't even have to think about it. My pick is Amalia Lopez. one of our chingonas, our very young chingonas. And the reason is because she already played 2 games. Yes, 2 games only in professional soccer in Chivas Femenil. And she already scored a goal and she already made an assist and she is on fire. And I am so happy to see these young promises of women's soccer in Mexico, in Chingonas, in Chivas Femenil, blooming like that. And it reminds me a little bit of what we saw with Dana Sandoval when she first started. Like, it seems like she's been playing in Primera División like forever. So for me, this week is Amalia Lopez. Remember, Team Gabi. And don't forget that already, if you are watching on the official YouTube channel of Chivas, the poll is already going. So there you have our 3 options. Mine is Amalia Lopez for this week's MVP.
I'm going to vote for yours.
Oh, okay.
Because really, I'm really happy to see this young blood. We had 2 debuts on Saturday. Saturday, at Verde Valle. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But Amalia and our new goalie, what was the name? I'm sorry, I forgot her name.
Hasia
Lopez as well, right? So a lot to talk about, Las Chingonas. So definitely, you have my votes. But I also have my vote. Alfredo, who did you choose?
I chose Tala Rangel. I chose Raúl Rangel because he played the 90 minutes the other day with the Mexican national team against Australia, the 3-0 Mexico win. It was a 3-0 Mexico win against New Zealand. So El Tala played the 90 minutes, which of course retrieves a tradition of red and white goalkeepers for the national team. And also because El Tala arrives with 4 clean sheets to El Clásico de México, 4 clean sheets in 6 matches, which makes us the team with the most clean sheets along with Leaders America. We're going to be speaking, of course, about that when we get more into the subject, but that's why Tala Rangel is having a great semester so far and a great 2024 overall. So congrats to Raúl Rangel for playing the 90 minutes with the national team the other day.
Yes, and you also mentioned a couple of bits of data that we're going to talk about a little bit later. They're super interesting about what's going on with Chivas defensively.
Right.
Yeah. They're now converting themselves into the chingones. We're going to have chingonas and chingones this year, perhaps. All right, I'm going to say mine because it's La Comandanta en Jefa. My favorite is always Caro because she always is so cool under pressure. Plus, she scored one of, for me, if not the goal of the season, at least of match day. Of that match day, it was beautiful. It didn't even look like she made an effort. And some people might be saying that she was trying to send center. But I don't know, man. It's really difficult for me to say that she was not trying it because she'll try a shot like that from any part of the pitch. So for me, Caro Jaramillo. She's the one, and she's going to be the one that's going to win this time, hopefully, because I'm losing against these 2 Padawans, these younglings. Yeah, I got to get some points up on the board. Okay, so
That's a beautiful
you guys,
goal.
those are our people, man. We have Ms. Lopez, Ms. Jaramillo, and Mr. Rangel. Okay, so go to YouTube. Please send your votes. It's going to be hard this week, I think, my friends. Really, really hard. So just go for it. Plus, Caro wears that white face. I like it.
I love that.
She always it doesn't matter if it's 12 midnight. She's wearing sunscreen, man.
Gotta wear your
Always.
sunscreen. It's like the number 1 rule of skincare.
Right.
I know. I should go
Sunscreen,
start
and
wearing
I'm here for it. And I love how she wears that white mask, like literally. And yes, Caro.
It's
well
part
done.
of her thing. It just reminds me of the Joker.
Right.
Right? It doesn't it? It's like the Joker. She's dangerous, man. She's dangerous.
Oh yeah, she's super dangerous.
She's super dangerous.
It was a beautiful goal. I agree. It was beautiful. And we're going to talk about that game, of course, but it was like, for a minute there, I was like, oh my God. But yes.
So do you guys think it was a pass? Was she just passing to the center? Or was she shooting for the goal?
I'm going to go with she was shooting for the goal. I'm going to go with that.
She's so cocky, so sure of herself.
You said
I'm
it.
sure
You
that
said
was
it perfectly. She doesn't crumble under pressure, and she was like, "This is mine," and there it is.
It's effortless. She's effortless, really. She and of course our chingona mayor, right? Cervantes. You could tell it doesn't seem like they're playing. It's so smooth. It's lovely to watch them. Really, it's just incredible. Incredible. Like you said, though, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And I'm sure everybody, the chat is lighting up. We all want to talk about El Clásico de México.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my friends. So don't forget, go vote. Yeah, we'll discuss who won. Of course, me at the end of the show. And just please have compassion. Vote for Caro. And so I can get up on the board. But it's time for us to talk about El Clásico de México. El Clásico Varonil first, and then we'll move into our doubleheader, where Las Chingonas are also going to meet up with the rival of rivals. So what do you guys think? What's going to happen? ¿Cómo vamos? I saw the friendly in Colima. Were you guys able to watch the friendly match in Colima?
Yeah.
Pasó por lluvia. It was kind of a rough match. They played really well. Colima wasn't really a rival for our team. But it was enough for them to practice. Yes, it was crazy, crazy weather, but it was enough for them to practice and not lose the rhythm. And look at these pornographic pictures. All our fans who like that kind of content. I'm just kidding.
Behind the scenes.
And there they are, man, in Colima.
No, and we have plenty of messages from the chat. We have Curtis Williams who's watching us. Chivalenials, Gerardo, Samuel Betancourt, Ociel Osilva, Alejandra de la Garza. We have Alicia Ramirez in the house, Armando Arareya, Luis Ponce, José Arriba Las Chivas. We have José Tinoco, Luis Gil, and Martín León Castillo. There was someone who was watching us from Nuevo León. Hello, Luis Alejandra de la Garza. She's watching us from Linares, Nuevo León, in Mexico. Our friend Yair Vega, who is coming to try to make fun of people, but
hi,
everyone, including Yair, and of course this is a friendly. Let's say it's a friendly rivalry. Let's be politically correct, of course. But hello to everyone who's watching us. Thank you guys for interacting in the chat and for sending your hugs. There was someone I think it was Armando who was asking in which hotel the team will be staying in Mexico City. My friend, we still don't have that information, but stay tuned to the official, I say the official Chivas social media accounts, and they will have that information in the upcoming days.
Yeah, they usually send that about 2 days before,
right?
So that everybody can go and greet the team. And remember, sing softly, sing softly. We need to let them sleep a little bit because we want to be ready, right, for Saturday. And recibirlos con un grito.
Yeah.
Un grito hermoso.
And if you're gonna sing loud, do it early.
Do it early, right? So that the guys have enough chance to rest. I love that tradition though, because not all teams are received this way. And for some reason, it's called the Capital Rojiblanca, right?
Right.
Because whenever Chivas, Femenil and Varonil go to Mexico City, they are always received by a multitude. Thousands of people want to see their idols and they want to share that Chiva vibe. And that is the center of the Chivaverse. Really, if you think about it, right before the match, that's where everybody needs to be. So what do you guys think? What's going to happen? What are we going to see? Are we going to see any surprises, any big changes? Are we going to have Chicharito in the starting 11? Will it be Marin? Are we going to have Armando Gonzalez there to try to emulate something that his father did? We'll be talking about that a little bit later as well. Who's going to be our forward? Let's talk about the lines. Shall we start from back to forward or from forward to backward? What do you guys think?
Let's start with from back to forward.
Back to forward. Who do you think is going to be up there, Alfredo?
Well, I think, of course, Raúl Rangel in the goal. And then on the right, I would play with Mozo, who is having a great moment. And It comes from being with the national team. Had a good match the other day against Los Bravos. So I will play with Mozo. In the at the center of the defense, I will place Tiva Sepúlveda along with Briseño. And on the left time, I'm craving Castillo for that wing.
Yeah, Castillo also played with the under 23, I think, earlier this week.
Yes, and he
Yeah,
scored
so-
2 times. Yeah.
Yes, he scored 2 goals. ¿Qué onda con eso?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
happened?
With the
What happened? We have goals falling out of the sky. Okay, Gabi, would you make any changes to the defensive line, or do you like?
No, I think I like it that way. Of course, Tala is inamovible. Excuse me for the reference, but I think it's going to be that way. I see Mozo that all of our players from Chivas that went to the Mexican national team played already. So that's very good news. Mozo played yesterday, and he did a pretty good job. And also, I think he was doing Mozo things. Like, he even got a yellow card, but it's part of the show. And he did very, very, very well. Tala, Piojo played, I think, the entire match. So our players are on fire. They know what it's like to be in a Clásico de Mexico, and I think defensively we are very solid and very strong.
For sure.
That's a great point, Gabi. I saw them, our Chiva hermanos that played on the national team. They were playing at another level than the rest of the players. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There were things that Mozo does, for example, here, el pase de taquito, that little, that he gets a little cocky, that really quick move. And it seemed like the other Mexican players were on another channel because Piojo was doing it. I saw him trying to connect with Jimenez, and Santi was one step behind every time. It was just, I don't know, it's just something that I saw. And it really has to do with mostly with this comment. My Chivas están en modo chingón, right now. And I can see that. We promised we're not going to talk much about America, and I promised that would be nice. But one thing I do see that is a difference between America now and Chivas now, and I was talking to a friend who is an Americanista, it's the flow. Chivas is flowing right now. You can see it. They have a couple rough patches during the match usually, but that's natural. But the truth is, our friends in yellow, they're not in their best moment. They're not in their best moment. So I don't know. In the end, what do you guys in the chat think? What's going to happen? Is this our moment? Alfredo, is this our moment?
It has to be, it has to be because our friends in yellow have lost their last 2 matches. And also we were having a good streak. We've had some positive results lately. And I've heard, I'm not sure if this is completely true, but I've heard that there will be a lot of Chivermanos at the stadium. There's usually, of course, when it's Azteca, but this time at Ciudad de los Deportes, proportionally, I've heard that there's going to be a big amount of Chivermanos on Saturday. So I think that there's a lot of things going on that I think that invite us for the optimism for Chivas to come out with a win. Last tournament we managed to tie. Speaking about the 3 league matches, the one of the regular season and Liguilla, if you take a close, there were 2 ties and 1 America win, but that America win could have been a Chivas win easily. It was that match at Azteca where we needed 1 goal. We dominated a big chunk of the game. We got a goal scored on, and that was the end. But I think that we tied against them twice last tournament in Liga MX. So I think that it's now time for Chivas to flick the tortilla, as they will say, and start not only win this Clásico, but try to establish a dominance over our rivals for the next Clásicos as well, because it could be happening.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Gabi, ¿tú qué piensas? How
I
do you see it?
agree completely. We agreed before going live that we were not going to talk bad about the rival. I don't even like saying their name, but whatever. But we have to acknowledge the fact that they are not in the best moment right now. They have a lot of injuries. They are not consistent at the moment, and I don't want to sound like that's an advantage for Chivas, because I think at the same time Chivas is right now in a very good place and they're at a very good level. But I would like to think, I think last season with those three matches that Alfredo was talking about, I think it was like the beginning of this flipping the tortilla, as Alfredo was saying. Like we started like to solidify a lot of elements inside the team, and unfortunately, we the semifinal was catastrophic in so many ways, because it was frustrating, because I think Chivas could have easily get that spot, right? But it didn't happen. And okay, so next. But I think right now we are at a better place. Gago knows exactly. I think, again, we said this a couple of times in this season. We have options. Like there are options, and once we get to our options and predictions for the forward strategy that we could probably see in El Clásico de Mexico, we have options, and everyone, if you think about it, like everyone is scoring, like Hormiga, Piojo. Like if you think about the options, and if we have a Punta, if we have like everybody is doing their job, and we have, I think right now, a very solid also forward situation that could give us an advantage in some way. I'm not concerned about our defensive lines. I think we talked about it at the beginning of this chat. It's the thing that we always kind of struggle with, like that last touch, the goal, the concretar la jugada, if you get what I'm saying. So I think right now Chivas is in a better place physically, mentally, and of course in numbers. If you want to be like super, like if you want to pinpoint some things, I mean, in the table, we are in a better position, but that doesn't mean anything really at the end of the day. We are in America, we are in Mexico City, Capital Rojiblanca, whatever, but I also learned that America was expanding their sales for abonados, so it's probably it's going to be packed for sure, but I don't want to think that they are keeping some of the tickets for their abonados. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be packed of Chiva Hermanos. And I think we have a pretty, I'm going back to the question, I'm sorry. I think we have a very good chance this time in every single line of Chivas compared to what America right now has to offer.
I agree with you completely. And like I said, it's a Clásico. You can't speak disparagingly against America. America knows that they're equipo grande in Mexico. It would be a great disappointment if they lost. So it's the same for us. It's something that's not permitted. So I'm sure they're going to go out, give a good try. But the truth is, in reality, I feel from what I've seen and the evidence is there, we're playing a better type of football at the moment. And before we go on to the 10 mejores goles del Clásico, okay, I want you guys to tell me who's going to be the midfield. Let's finish talking about the starting 11. Who's going to be our midfield? Gabi, who? We started with Alfredo first. You go, Gabi. Who do you think is going to be our midfield?
For me, it's going to be Guti, Nene, and I don't know. I'm going to do a Robert. I'm going to go with also Gonzalez.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he has this kind of personality for these matches, right?
No, totally.
Yes. And he played with America, remember?
Yep.
Remember, he was traded, I think, to Necaxa and then to America. I'm not sure if it was America and then Necaxa. So there he is. He knows how they play. He, more than anyone, knows what it is to be in a Clásico, I think, because he's played it on both sides. Yeah, so I'm an also believer. I like those. Yeah. So Nene, who else? Nene or Guti?
Guti?
And Beltran, right?
Nene, Guti, and also. Yes.
Those three.
Yeah.
Nene, Guti, Nene, Guti, and Oso, and the three of them are playing top notch. I can't say anything bad about any of them. Do we have any changes up? Who would we bring in if one of them couldn't play? No. Those are our guys, man. Those are the gallos. Those are our guys. And forwards then. Yeah. Acabemos,
Okay.
Alfredo.
This is
Forwards.
I will go with Alvarado, Kate Cowell, and on this occasion, I wouldn't be surprised, or I wouldn't dislike the idea of playing with Pocho Guzman as a false nine, because I think that he can help us, because since we have the necessity of having a strong defensive midfield, and we will be having it with Gonzalez and Guti in this lineup that we're making. I think that it will be important to have a guy who help us, retain the possession of the ball, to help Nene and Piojo, and that guy could be Pocho Guzman. He also provides defensive work, and he can create that confusion amongst the opponent's defense, or take away that reference of a center forward. So it will be interesting if we have Pocho Guzman as a false nine.
Okay, that's a
interesting.
risky. That's a risky way. Yeah, thinking. I like it. It could be we played like that. Remember with Paunovic?
Yes,
We
we've done
didn't
it.
have a fixed forward, so we had false nines. It worked for us. I'm not too sure if it would work with Pocho in particular, but maybe that would work. Someone who recoups and passes the ball. Remember, Cade also saw minutes with the United States men's national team.
Yep.
So he's also on fire. Yeah, I don't know if I would like that false nine, because in my case, the way I look at it, we would be wasting Piojo and Cade, because of the sensors that they send into the 18-yard box, right? Into the 9-yard box. I don't know. I like your idea though, man. You're
Could be
sick.
happening.
You're a sick boy.
Yeah,
It's
maybe at
interesting.
some
I
moment
like it.
of the match, just a few minutes could be happening.
It's
Yeah,
interesting.
man, I
and
like it. I like the way you thought.
I'm not going to lie. It made me nervous, Alfredo.
Right.
It really did. I was thinking Pocho. I was like, wait, what? But it's interesting.
I don't know.
It's an interesting
Yes, it
view.
is.
It's an interesting view. I would go with Piojo, Cade, and I would give Hormiga the opportunity. I mean, he is in a very good level right now. I know that some people like him more as a sub, but it would be a great challenge for him. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, speaking of risky, what do you guys think?
I think he's kind of young, but I think he's up to the challenge. I mean, remember, how old was Messi when he debuted? And he started, and then slowly but surely he got his place in the first team. I think he was like 16 or 17.
He was.
It's time. Wasn't he like that young? Something.
Yeah,
like that. I
17.
don't remember. Yeah, so I think Gonzalez is ready, man. I think it's time for Ormi, yeah, to do it.
Maybe.
Why not?
I mean,
I like that idea too, because look, I am a Chicharo believer.
mhm.
Chicha Dios, yeah. I love Marin. He has really represented us when he has had to. Remember when it was rough times, he was there for us,
Mhm.
and he did a great job. Hey, right? 4K, man. Remember? What was it?
Yep.
4K?
4K. 4K.
Sorry, Tosca. 4K. I don't remember. But he was there for us, man. Yeah? So I'm sure he's dying also to play in El Clásico. Who's going to be? I know Gago said in the last press conference that he doesn't choose his players until the day of the match. And I think that's a great way to keep everybody on edge.
Mhm.
But I think that either of our forwards, any of our forwards or our false nine would be a great idea. I would love to see any of them. I want to see Chicharito because I need him to score a goal, and he needs to score a goal.
in this
And
sort of
I
matches.
think that this would be the moment for him to just shake off that mallet, He has to get rid of it because he's always in the place, but he just hasn't been able to put the ball into the net. And I think that that's the last piece of our puzzle. Everybody's playing well. And we need these guys to come up and represent. I really, 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 really think that Chicha should start on Saturday. I want the other guys. I love them. But Chicha Dios, for me, is the one that needs to be there, and he's going to make his goal. He's going to make 3 goals.
Especially if you take into account that, you know how center forwards, they say that center forwards, it's by streaks, you know, los nueve son de racha. So it will be very important to get him scoring, because it's all a matter of dynamic when you're a center forward, you know. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. So if we activate that streak for Chicharo, it could be something very interesting for what's ahead in the tournament.
Definitely. I love the way he moves. He's always in the right space. He's been giving assistance. So it's his time. His time. Anyway, guys, let's talk about los 10 mejores goles, okay, del Clásico de México. Vámonos.
Hasta Estadio Azteca.
At the Estadio Azteca.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Number 10. Paco Palencia.
Paco Palencia, man. Lovely header.
Top corner.
Bird.
Possible for the goalkeeper, the guy standing there.
La Pina.
La Pina Arellano. I've seen a couple by him, and he would always throw it into that corner, man. Right. Another legacy player, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 8.
Let's see who's it. Number 8. Héctor del Ángel. Oh, el Ángel del Gol. Every time he played America, I mean, his seasons could be terrible. But every time he played America, he made a goal. El Ángel, Héctor del Ángel. Wow. Great memories there, buddy. Lucky number 7.
Javier Aguirre.
Great control.
What?
Controlling race, you know.
That's right, el Vasco.
That's so hard to do. That's so hard.
Le valió que era contra su ex equipo.
Ex equipo, yeah. Omar Bravo. Yes, sir.
Lovely, obviously, always beautiful.
Full-blooded.
Oh, yeah, man. Look at Hans Westerhoff. Oh, I miss those days. I love that Chiva team.
These
man.
are some vintage videos.
Look at, man, Sanchez. That was when Vergara got the team. It was the start of everything.
Number 5.
The start of a dream. Number 5, another one by Omar Bravo. Adios, Nicanor.
He totally anticipated the defender.
Oh, man.
The guy didn't see it coming. Look.
Always vacunando.
The defender even throws himself desperately.
He tried, you know. He stumbled over his feet. Rafa Marquez. Oh,
Marquez.
Beautiful. That was one of my favorite goals. Check it out. Sacomola. There you go, bebe.
Boom.
Love
Boom. Number 3.
Rafa Marquez Lugo, man.
Nacho
Vázquez, el güero.
That's beautiful. There we go.
Another one. And a great team there, too. Remember that generation.
Yes. What's going to be number one? Number 1. Oh, my God.
Number 1.
Number 2.
Let's see, number 2. Number 2.
Second place. Oh, yeah, of course. The one that...
Oh, yes, when they stole it.
That was straight into the heart.
Oh, we have the original commentary.
Right.
Let's hear it.
No, that was straight into the nest. You know?
Is it? Oh, yeah.
No, we had so much momentum in that occasion.
Another. Important. Chiquete, man. And I hope to see Chiquete back on the pitch soon as well. Yeah, he's almost done with his rehabilitation. Right. Beautiful. That was a lovely goal. But how can you choose? How can we choose so many goals, so many beautiful goals? And I'm sure that if we go back, way back in time, we could find a plethora of goals. Number 1. Venga. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I remember that match. It was a rough match. It was a hard match. We started off losing. Héctor Reynoso passing the midfield. I don't remember, maybe about 5 meters. it was almost the end of the second half. Y se atrevió, and we came back after that goal. I think we were losing by a great margin. I'm not sure exactly, but it was at least by 2 goals. Héctor Reynoso made that goal, and in the second half, it was all Rojiblanco. I don't remember if we tied or we won that game. Oh my God, I'm old. I remembered all of those things.
Wasn't that Reynoso goal? Wasn't it a 3-3 that we were speaking about?
Was it the 3-3?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember that was the beginning of the comeback.
Right.
Because nobody thought he was going to shoot from so far out.
Yeah,
nobody thought he was going to shoot, and he's a defender. Come on, man, Héctor Reynoso. When had he ever tried to score? But it was one of those. All of these goals made me jump off of my bed. You know, and if I had to watch it, if I was in person, obviously screaming. But how can you choose? How can you choose? It's just so many.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
So hard. And I have more that I like, even more than these 10. But I would have to sit there for days and days to look through all of the film. You know, so great job, whoever put those together.
And it could have been like not the most spectacular, which they were, but the fact that they were against America, I mean that means everything. So yes.
There we go.
And now that we're talking about goles, and we've been talking about who we want as a forward, okay, let's take a look at one of our forwards' dad. Homónimo. He has the same name, Armando Gonzalez. Used to play with our Chivas Chingones back in the 90s. Check out this goal.
Ooh.
That's what I'm telling you. Armando should play this game. It would be like it's historically speaking, father and son playing against America. Like that
it would be a Chicharito moment, because remember when Chicharito scored against France in the World Cup, I remembered his grandpa. So here, I would definitely remember if he put him in, maybe he won his spot. And I would love it if he made a goal that was similar to that.
Gerardo, somebody in the chat is asking if we have the goal of Hormiga's dad. There it is.
There we go, yeah.
Right here.
Ahí está. Is that the Coloso de Santa? No, that's Jalisco, no?
That was Jalisco, yes.
That's the Jalisco. Yes. Oh, beautiful stadium as well. Needs some extra paint these days, but look at that. Túnel. Boom. Loved it. Loved it. I wonder what he thinks about his son playing on Chivas right now.
I know.
I would love to interview him. Production.
Proud, you know.
Production. Send us people to irritate. Okay, my friends. Beautiful goal. Armando Gonzalez. Let's talk about what's the score? You know my score. What's the score? People on the chat, everybody in the Chivaverse.
Yeah, there were.
¿Cómo vamos a quedar?
Miguel Garcia says that he's ready for Saturday and that Chivas is taking it 3-1. So hopefully, Curtis Williams concedes with him. He says that it's gonna be a 3-1 for Varonil and the Chingonas as well. So there we go. Everyone says 3-1. Jose Salazar says it's gonna be a 5-0 win for Chivas. That'll be more fun even.
5-0. Oh my God.
Goat House 1906 says it's gonna be 2-0 and that our forward should be Hormiga. Yeah, gotta agree. Good idea.
We agree.
So there we
Curtis is gonna have some barbecue huilotas.
Yeah, Luis Gil is a 2-0 for Chivas. So
shout out to Luis. Luis is connecting from England.
Yes,
and hopefully he will be visiting us soon.
Hopefully.
Visiting us soon. So what time is it in England right now?
England is 7 hours right now. So it's midnight.
2 o'clock in the morning?
No, it's
almost.
12.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock.
12:41. Yeah, 12:41.
All right.
In
pretty
England.
Thursday for them.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up late.
Yeah, thank you,
man.
man.
Alfredo. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, it's cool. We have Oscar Abraham Perez. No, Oscar Abraham Hernandez Paredes. He's watching us from Puebla. And he said Gerardo says it's gonna be a 3-1 for Chivas. So we have a lot of pronosticos saying that it's gonna be a 2-goal difference for El Rebaño. That'd be fun.
That would be lovely. What do you guys say?
Yeah,
What's your pronostico, Alfredo?
I'm sticking for a 2-0 win for Chivas, and we're gonna stack our 5th clean in 7 matches.
Okay, we keep the 0.
Yes, we keep the 0.
Okay, all right. Gabi?
I'm going also with a 2-0 because I said it before and I regretted it the second I said it. But Tala is not allowing one single goal from America. He's not.
Okay.
He's just not. So it's a 2-0.
I like it. 2-0. I go 3-0.
3-0.
I go 3-0 because that's my thing, man. Lo voy a atinar en algún momento. At some point, I will make it. But I really do think they're going to make 3 goals. I really do. I don't see us getting a 1 against. And Producción always says the same, 8-0.
8-0.
And you know,
always
Robert,
says 8-0.
there's
Okay, my friends.
Robert,
Where can we watch this match?
Yeah, Robert.
¿Dónde lo podemos ver?
We have the graphic there. Oh, there we go.
All right, Alfredo, where can we watch it?
Oh, there we go. So in Mexico, it's going to be in El Cinco and Cl&aacute. And in the United States, it's going to be in Cl&aacute. Remember, this is Saturday, 6:50 p.m. Central Mexican time, 7:50 p.m. Central time of the United States. Cl&aacute and El Cinco for Mexico and Cl&aacute for the United States. Saturday, the day before El Grito.
Ooh, exciting. That's a great weekend too, man. There's going to be so much soccer. And after the match, El Canelo.
Right. No,
So
that's
definitely going to be a barbecue weekend here, my friends.
And we have La Previa at 6 p.m. So 50 minutes before kickoff, La Previa right here in the Chivas YouTube channel.
Okay, Gabi, you're going to be in La Previa, right?
I don't know. No me han dado llamado. So I don't know. Production. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yes.
No,
She's
before
the brains of the team over there. No, take it out.
totally.
Oh my God. Oh, he's already saying if I want to be in the previa, I can be in la previa. So yes, I'm going to be in la previa.
Definitely.
Before we
be in the previa.
Before we saw the graphic and you said that we were gonna win a 3-0. You know, there's a very interesting article in the Chivas web, in Chivas de Corazón, which of course you have it in English as well. And there's this fact that, as you may know, it's gonna be match week 7 of the tournament. And you know that some of the last few times that we've faced America in match week 7, we won 3-0 away. That was in the Invierno 2000 tournament and the Apertura 2016 tournament. So why not? You know, match week 7, a 3-0 away win for Chivas. That matches with your preview, Robert.
Yeah, it's Kabbalistic too. Number 7, game day 7.
Game day 7.
So, I'm so positive. I'm going to probably be pissed off on the weekend, but I'm feeling a very positive Chiva vibe. Look at the chat. Everybody is super positive, man.
Right.
I haven't heard, and we're not even having any people saying that, why are we speaking in Spanish? I mean, why not?
But
I found one. Oh, who's that? Oh, Carmen, come on. Get with the program. Get with the program. All right. We're going to win 3-0. And now it's time for us guys to talk about nuestras chingonas. Okay. Because we have a double header, my friends. What's up? And we have to go to our chingona de chingonas, which is Gabi, because Gabi, you're the chingona de chingonas. You have everything about our chingonas. So tell us, what do you think? Let's talk about the match. Díganos.
I mean, I try my best to.
No, you're very good at.
With our beloved chingonas. I
Don't
try my best. Chivas faced Las Centellas in Verde Valle. This was a very interesting venue, just a few times. Chivas Femenil has played there, obviously at the beginning of the creation when Liga MX Femenil started, and they're back. And it was a very, I don't want to say frustrating. I always use that word, but sometimes it's like super accurate. By the, it was we started losing. Okay, so if you watch the game, you know what I'm talking about. We started losing that game, unfortunately, and it was like, what is happening again? And we've talked about this obviously previously in other episodes, that sometimes it looks like there are like rotations and inconsistencies in the lineup, or decisions that maybe don't make much sense to us. Again, I'm just talking from a aficionado point of view. But of course, Kino is there watching, training, and just stepping with every single player. So it was kind of like, oh my God, why is it not working? Why is it some elements are not like clicking, But eventually, long story short, long story long, if you will, Chivas ended up winning that game with Robert already talked about Caro Jaramillo's goal, which was incredible and beautiful. But we also had a header from Gaby Valenzuela that gave that kind of piece back to the game. It was, those three goals actually were like scored a very short amount of time, one like back to back. So it was like, oh my God, okay, we tied it. Okay, cool. It's cool. Like, we tied it, and then goal. But it was and also remember that Amalia Lopez, which is my MVP or my choice of MVP of the week, this was just her second time playing with Chivas Femenil, and she already scored and she gave an assist. So we had Gaby Valenzuela, Caro Jaramillo, and Amalia Lopez scoring for this game, and we also had a debut. As a goalkeeper, we had Hasia Lopez. Blanca Felix was subbed in the second half, and Hasia had her first minutes in Primera División. So welcome, Hasia, and the best of luck to you. And again, we are Cantera Rojiblanca in all its glory, and giving space and this voice to these very young players. And it's very exciting to see debuts in such early stages of the tournament. So again, this is the second debut of this season with Chivas Femenil. Very exciting, very good news for our team and for Chivas Femenil as a whole. And yes, I mean, we are, it might be not the most spectacular game or football, if you will, but we are getting points. We are getting points, and slowly but surely, we are trying to gain positions in the general table. And of course, the main goal is Liguilla.
No,
Yes,
totally.
and we expect a lot from our Chivas Chingonas, because in reality, the last 2 years, remember, when it's been rough for Varonil, Femenil has been very consistent. They've been scoring consistently. They have been playing consistently. With the change with Kino, I feel it's something that, like something that Alfredo just said. You have to take risk. Why not play with that false nine? Try someone in a position that perhaps is not their position, because he's trying to find something different. Yeah.
No, totally.
I think that's what it was doing. I watched the match. It was a rough match. It was a dirty match, but I don't, really, I don't know if it's because I work with Chivas or I'm just getting used to watching soccer so much lately that I have a more clinical vision. It was not an exciting match. It was boring, if we want to go look at it in that way. But Chivas dominated after they tied, and they played a consistent football. They're missing very basic things that they did not miss before. And that's what I mean about consistency, plays that used to be really easy for them. Well, they're not getting it. No. Right. And when I look at different players coming on a pitch, I always think about my time playing football, American football, because it didn't matter who came in to cover the position. You still had to be top. You had to play that position as if it were you were born to that position. you know,
Mhm,
and that's the
mhm.
way it is. So many of these problems that we're seeing have to do with, well, player consistency is the truth, you know. But I know that our chingonas just need to get used to it. They're great players, and I think we have the best cantera in Mexico.
Oh, for
The
sure.
truth. And look at
Absolutely.
that. The two
Absolutely.
Lopez, and I'm going to say something about their last names. You know, the name Lopez means wolf, hijo de lobo. So we had two hijas de lobos come on the pitch and show Necaxa what's what, you know, because that's what happened, you know.
Yeah.
So beautiful, beautiful match. Like you said, Gabi, I wish that all our matches could be beautiful, but sometimes we got to play dirty. And if we come away with the points, bienvenido, right? Welcome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
Welcome the points.
at the end of the day, we have still very tough matches going forward and in the near future. I mean, just now we have a Clásico de Mexico also coming up for Chivas Femenil, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be, we always try to speak and tell you as it is. It's not been an easy season for Chivas Femenil. So that's a reality, right? But again, if we have this mentality where you were losing the first half of the match and then you just recoup and just switch el chip, you know, and do very interesting things and remember where you're standing and what is about Chivas Femenil that made you so great, and you come back with this incredible mentality of Caro Jaramillo that does not crumble under pressure, and Amalia Lopez that is just debuting and she's like, yeah, let's go, let's do this, and Gabi Valenzuela that is already fearless. So we have to like keep in mind all of those elements that makes our chingonas, and yeah, just try to keep the mentality of what we need to do in order to keep winning and keep scoring and keep gaining points to just aspire to the liguilla, which is the main goal, and ultimately the championship.
Right.
And gain confidence. Gain confidence. That's what we need. Like I said, I don't know if it's me, but I see a strong team. They're making simple mistakes, and the other teams are taking advantage of them every once in a while. So we're going to be fine. We're going to be in liguilla. And again, why not think big, you know, and think that we're going to win?
No, plus it's not how you start, but how you finish. Because if you look at the table right now, there's three teams at the top of it, which are the both Monterrey teams, Rayadas and Tigres, as well as Pachuca. But then you have Chivas America, and there was another team. I think it was Pumas, who are they're there. You know, they're like 4 or 5 points beneath. Well, America is actually 3 points beneath Chivas. So you know this. Let's say that you have the big chunk. Let's say that the three leaders, but then you have Chivas and Pumas, and a little lower you have America. And you know, especially Chivas and America, you cannot take them off the candidates list. You know, you can.
Yes, of course.
You just can't.
You can't, because somos grandes. They're grandes. We have everything, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, my friends, where can we watch this match? Gabi, please fill us in.
Of course, where can we watch Liga MX Femenil Week 10, Sunday, September 15? In Mexico, you can watch through Canal 5 on TUDN. And in the United States, you can watch through TUDN. So remember, this goes por televisión abierta if you are in Mexico. And the game will be at 6 p.m. Central Time. 5 p.m. Mexico time. El Clásico de México, another edition of the Clásico de México, América Femenil contra Chivas Femenil. Let's go!
Let's go.
One day, I'd like to see the top 10 goals of Femenil as well against America.
If we win, we're 6 points ahead America. So take that into note. We have 19 points. America has 16. A 6-point difference against them will be an important boost for the team, you know. And we could get closer from the top 3 that I was mentioning earlier.
So
nice if buffer. You think about it, like we are in similar conditions, varonil and femenil. So we have, statistically speaking, again, we don't like to base our judgment on numbers, but if we think about those concepts, Chivas is now with an advantage in some kind of way. But again, I mean, I saw somebody in the comments saying we have to be confident but not cocky, and I agree completely because we never know. These kinds of games is like a ganar o morir, and you have to give it all. And I don't know, man. America don't have the best time right now, but they're going to go like, oh, it's Chivas, let's go. You know?
No, that's the danger.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I know.
That's it. But hey, come on. We've been suffering, and there's a balance, you know. We've been in black and white for a while.
Remember,
Right.
I'm the pessimist of the group.
You know what I like about this Chivas femenil team is that there's a lot of new girls who want to showcase their value. You know, who are hungry for glory, who want to demonstrate that they are valid for this team and for this league. So that's something positive, and I think that's a seed that it's gonna grow in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months, in the upcoming tournaments.
That's right, man. And we're going to see, like I said, I think it's more about attitude and heart, really, really. And all of the Clásicos against the red and blacks, the yellows, whatever you want to look, it's about the attitude.
No, totally.
Yeah. And
Big shout out to Armando Cortés, José, vamos mis chingonas, con todo el domingo tenemos que ganar este clásico, sacar el extra suerte. We also have Martinez Joseph with a very friendly cariñito, Armando Velázquez, Brian Ramírez, Martín Arellano, Oscar Abraham Hernández, Carmen Flores, Monchis Ramírez, Leticia Sánchez, who is providing a lot of analysis on Chivas Femenil, and Marilu, of course, Sergio Velázquez. Big shout out to everyone, and thank you guys for interacting with us on the chat.
Right. And don't forget, my friends, that we have more Chivas running around. We have the subs, we have everybody, and we have Tapatio. Tapatio, who's doing so well. This is our word to watch. They're playing against Club Atlético La Paz. They had a rough batch against Mineros, but they're coming back. Somebody has to play the broken dishes, those platos rotos, and I think that Club Atlético La Paz will be it. So this is Liga Expansión MX. It's game day 8. It's on Sunday, September 15th through TVC Deportes, and you will be able to watch it at midday, Tiempo de Mexico. Like, if you're living in another part of the planet, you do the math, okay? It's midday Mexico. That's all I got to say.
So you have Tapatio first, then you have Femenil. Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be, I got to go buy more meat.
I
got to make more carnes asadas this weekend. Okay, my friends, it's almost time for us to go, but nos queda algo muy bonito. And that is the MVPs. The MVPs. Production. Who won? Who did it? Who was our choice?
Who is it?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Alfredo, you have 2 already?
Oh yeah, I'm taking the lead. I'm so excited.
It's because you're so good with statistics. That's why you're beating us now.
And Tala is the man, you know. Both of my wins have been with Tala.
Tala's un chingón.
And a lot of Chivanos, we were so happy to see him being called to La Selección and play with the La Selección. So yeah, I think he's had an incredible season with Chivas and now as a tricolor. So yay. Awesome.
I'm gonna tally that win as well. It was a 59% for Tala, 20% for Jaramillo, and close race for the second place, and 19% for Amalia Lopez, who I'm sure is gonna be in more of this of these polls in the future.
I see.
Amalia,
it's the mustache, I think. Nobody votes for me.
Yeah.
Bigote.
You were in second place. What are you talking about?
I know, but it was almost third. It was almost third. You could have beat me with 2 votes. No me quiere nadie. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, thank you guys for coming to the Chivaverse. Thank you for sharing your time. Thank you for sending so many messages. My friends, I am sorry we can't read everything, but thank you for all the love. There's so much good vibes out there right now. Muchas gracias a todos. And my friends, we have a great fin de semana. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that on Wednesday we come back y vamos a hablar de puras cosas maravillosas.
We can say this in Spanish, right? We can say this in Spanish. Feliz Día de la Independencia. Cuídense mucho. Cuídense mucho. Coman
Viva
delicioso.
México.
Viva México. Si toman, no manejen. Cuídense mucho. Y
Please.
coman delicioso. Y viva México.
And happy birthday to Javier Gonzalez, who will be turning 24 this weekend on September the 15th. He has a super clásico, fiestas patrias, and family. That's a real blessing, man. Besides, you're a Chivas fan, which is an extra blessing as well.
Party. Felicidades.
Felices fiestas patrias.
Y a todos.
Y arriba las Chivas.
Arriba las Chivas y viva
El
México.
equipo más mexicano va a ganar